I'm just trying to give it a few more minutes before I get started. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Melissa. Okay, I'm going to go over the basics of what I use to do an applique embroidery design. Most of y'all probably already know this because y'all been doing this a while, but some maybe just got a machine for Christmas and just starting out and all that good stuff. But this is, I'm going to try not to hit my phone. I can't make any promises, but I'm going to try. I use Heat Bond Light on the bottom of all my fabrics. Okay, so this is what I use. Not on the heat transfer vinyl, just on the fabrics. So it's like, okay, so this is the front of my fabric I'm going to use today, one of them. So you just iron it onto the back of the fabric, okay? And then after you got it ironed on, you just peel it off. And let's see if I can do that. Okay. See, it's like shiny. Okay, I usually start with the first stitch just to lay it down to see where my fabric's gonna go. Make sure I'm gonna stay in the hoop. A lot of times I'll just trace it, but as you can see, I just went down with the first like tack down stitch just to show where it's going at. I use fusible poly mesh on the bottom of my shirt. So I get my roll from Amazon. And then I also have tearaway stabilizer hoop. Alright, and the new design is Risen. It's a double stitch applique design. That's the one we're going to be stitching. I'm going to just lay my fabric down that already has the Heat Bond Light on the back of it. Lay it down on the machine. And I usually don't do any of my cutting until I'm all the way done. Simple, y'all. I'm stitching I believe it's a 10.5 inch. I'm stitching it on an adult size medium shirt, and I'm using my 8x13 mighty hoop. That fabric came from Etsy. I'll look and see if I can find the link when I'm done, and I will send it to you. right, Brittany? As soon as she posted, I was like, ooh, I'll do it. Yeah, Gina, I run both steps before I do any cutting. To me, it's easier that way, just to leave it all in the machine, to run everything, and then once it's done, then to do all the trimming. It just works out better for me. It's a Gildan soft style. I'm making this for myself because I really, really, really love this design. The color, I have no idea. I have to look and see. No, the fabric, I got it offline on Etsy. Let me... Okay, so this is not the same one, but it's the same fabric. If you can see the bottom of it, that's the name. It's got a lot of different colors. I almost used this color. Yes, Brooke. So, the first thing I do is I do the first tack down, just to tack it down on the shirt, so I can see where it's going to lay, to know how big to cut my fabric, to know how big of a piece of heat bond light I need on the back of it. So I stitch that part down first, then I lay my first layer of fabric down, go ahead and stitch the first 2 steps. So I've noticed that all Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, all of her double stack applique designs are 4 steps. So the first 2 steps are going to be whatever your bottom fabric is, and the second 2 steps is going to be your top fabric. So after I'll do it, set it on 2 steps, I stop my machine, I lay the second layer down, and I let that stitch, and then I take it off the machine and I cut them then. I don't cut anything until it's completed. I hope that made sense. Okay, so that is the first 2 steps. So the first 2 steps, goes on the bottom fabric, whatever fabric you want on the bottom. That's your first 2 steps, okay? So now I'm going to put my second fabric down, which is going to be the one that's on the tip top. Alright, so I'm using, I know this kind of had a lot of questions earlier. I'm using HTV, glitter HTV, to do this one with. This is the color I'm putting on top. So when you use glitter HTV, you're just going to clear off, or pull off the clear film. Okay? I'm going to try not to hit the phone, guys. And you're going to lay it down on top. Just like this. Make sure it's going to cover your design, because that's the worst part, is cutting it too close and not having enough and have to redo it. So I'm just going to lay my heat transfer vinyl down on top of that. Okay? And then I'm going to start the machine. And you're pretty much done, because it's double stacks. It's only 2 layers of fabric. And then, like I said, when it's all done, so when my machine stops again, then I'll do my trimming. Stay smooth the whole time so you don't get any bubbles in it. Heatbond Light is really easy to use, Brooke. Okay, so you can get it from Walmart. I usually buy the big box of it from Amazon just because it lasts like forever. Sometimes you can get it on sale. I actually got the big box maybe about 2 weeks ago on sale on Amazon for $80, and it's hardly ever that cheap. But this is the Heatbond Light. So you're going to iron it. And grab a like a penny. So this is what it is. It's like paper. And on this side it has like a, I don't know, it feels rough, so it has a glue film to it. You're going to iron the back of your fabric to the rough side of the heat bond. Okay? Once you do that, then you're going to separate them, and you'll notice that the shininess is now on the back of your fabric. This is the part that you're going to put down on your applique. Okay, so sequence, Gina, is pretty much the same thing. Okay, so here's a sequence one. I still put my heat bond, like you can see where I didn't take it all the way to the edge. I still put my heat bond light on the back of my sequence. Now, I will say you do not hold the heat to that very long because it will melt the sequence off the front. Ask me how I know. So you just want to, lightly iron the heat bond light on the back of your sequence fabric, and you use it, you're going to cut it just like you do regular cotton fabric. I'm always happy to help. You can always just send me a message if you want to. Whenever I first started doing embroidery work, like, I think it was about 10 years ago, I had some really awesome ladies that helped me, that answered like all my 50 million questions. So I'm always happy to help anyone else. I was showed so much compassion for what they did, and they just answered all my crazy questions. So I'm always happy to help anybody that wants to know something. And if I don't know the answer to it, we'll figure it out together. About pictures, I had someone ask me how I got my pictures so crispy with the square. Leave your tearaway stabilizer on the back of your shirt. Fold it with it on the back. It helps your shirt lay like in a perfect square. And I don't know, the pictures are just sharper when you do that. To pull it out, you don't have to worry about bubbles or anything like that in it, or and not laying straight. Just leave the tearaway on it when you go to take your photos. And it just works better that way. That's how my pictures look perfect squared, I guess. done. I think it's like 2 minutes left. Okay, so I am using tearaway on the back of it, but I'm also using the fusible poly mesh first. So the fusible poly mesh, I iron it to the back of the shirt, and then I put tearaway under that. So once I tear away my stabilizer, I still have this, so this is still holding the shirt in. I think it's like a preference thing. I have plenty of shirts that I made for myself, and I use tearaway on it. I guess it's just all in what you prefer. Hey Jasmine. Okay, so all of her designs are 4-step designs. So the first 2 steps are your bottom fabric, okay, which is, I don't know if you can see, but this one right here. So the first 2 steps went on this fabric. Then my machine stopped. I laid down a layer of heat transfer glitter, which is what this top is. I put that down, and then it stitched the second 2 steps on top of that. Okay, y'all, I'm going to try to move y'all to cut because I can't cut on my machine. I don't know how this is going to work, so y'all have to bear with me, okay? Okay, sorry. Okay, so when I go to cut these out, first of all, these are the scissors that I use. I take my hoop off. A lot of people don't like to take their hoop off, but it just works better for me. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so here you go. Get this. So these are the 2 I used. So I put this one down first, stitch 2 steps, and then put the heat transfer vinyl on top of it. I hope y'all can see this. Y'all let me know if you can't, like if I don't have a clear enough picture, okay? Alright, so I'm going to go in with my scissors. I like to cut my heat transfer vinyl versus tearing it. A lot of people I notice do tear it, but if I cut it, then that means I can choose how thick I want it to leave the thickness of it. If I just tear it, then I'm going to be tearing it all the way up to the stitches. There's no wrong way to do this as preference for yourself. It's just however you like the finished outcome to be, I guess. Alright, so you can see here is how far I left there. This is a little harder than what it usually is. I usually just throw it on the table. I guess because y'all are watching me. Alright, you get the idea. I'm gonna stop it and actually go cut it on my cutting table where I could just, it's quicker to me that way than trying to do it on a small surface. But I will come back with a photo of how it is finished. And as soon as I send Lauren the photo, she's going to post it on her site so that you guys can go run and make one for yourself. Thank you for watching.